How's it going? Hey, this is Mike from Empty the Bench, and bringing to you our NFC East preview and early predictions of 2016. This is another ETB presentation. And you can see the teams that we've got in the NFC East. The NFC East consists of the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants, and the Washington Redskins. How'd they finish last year? Well, let's see it. The Redskins ended up winning division and making the playoffs at a 9-7 record. That's, I don't know if it's because it was such a tough competition in the league, or if it's just that, they got in over some teams that really probably should have got in ahead of them. But yeah, 9-7. That's not very strong. The Eagles ended up at 7-9. Giants 6-10, the Cowboys 4-12. Let's take a look at how they did from a draft aspect and free agent acquisitions. So first, let's look at Washington. The Redskins from the draft trade, we gave them a B plus. We like Doxson as a wide receiver, Cravens at safety, and Fuller at that cornerback position. So we feel that they've gotten probably 2 to 3 starters out of that group. Of course, you can't really fully commit to the DBs as far as being impact players their first year. It's usually a pretty tough learning curve, and it usually takes 2 to 3 years for them to step in and actually make an impact. But, we like these guys. We think that there's, down the road it's going to be pretty positive, and we definitely like Doxson and what he brings to the team as far as delivery. We do think that it's going to be pretty solid. As far as the off-season acquisitions, you can see what they were able to do there. They grabbed a few players that look like they could probably work out a little bit. Like we like Josh Norman at cornerback, so I kind of think he's a steal. He should be a pretty big impact player right from the start. So they were able to grab some defensive guys and a couple offensive linemen. So, it should help, especially protecting Cousins as he plays in this organization as the full-time uncontested starter. The Eagles, we gave them a B overall. They went out and grabbed their franchise quarterback in Carson Wentz, and again, the Eagles are kind of in one of those molds where they're building. They've had a coaching change. They're flushing out all the players from the previous regime, and so it's kind of a huge player turnover. So we'll see how quickly they can get this turned around. And you can see the list of wide receivers that they were able to pull in this year. It's a very, very big group, and from a lot of different organizations. So we'll see how that factors in as far as being able to win division. So, and we'll give you our predictions below on this. And of course, New York, I call them the coffinless Giants. Again, another team that's in transition with new management, new coaching staff. Of course, the coach was there as the offensive coordinator, so it should be relatively smoother, especially with Eli. With Eli Manning at the helm, it should be a little bit smoother transition. We gave him a C as far as grade. We weren't really pleased with the way they were able to draft. As far as their acquisitions in the offseason, it looks like they really focused in on defense, and which really quite surprises me, because they were already pretty solid, defensively. But they've placed a lot of focus in the acquisitions to bring in decent defensive players that can make an impact. So, I think they're gonna do a little bit better than what last year. So, and then the Cowboys, we graded them as having a draft grade of A, which is amazing. Over the last couple of years, we've kind of questioned some of the draft picks, but with bringing in Elliott as running back, we love Jalen Smith. He may not be an impact player this year, but honestly, we were hoping that he would fall to us, so our team could grab him. The Cowboys jumped on him. He's going to be a stud in the future. We like Collins at that defensive tackle, Tapper, and it looks like potentially the heir apparent to Romo, Dak Prescott. So, this young kid could potentially knock Romo right out of the competition now that Romo's hurt. We'll see. We'll see if Romo comes back, if he's still the man at that point. Dak will have plenty of time to try to promote himself and show what he can do. So here's how we've got it stacked up. We've got the Redskins again winning the division at 9-7. Cowboys were going to miss the playoffs at 9-7. That's even questionable at this point with Romo being hurt. Giants, they're going to be competitive, but they end up at 6-10. And the Eagles will start slow. They should have a midseason flurry, but they should end up around that 5-11 mark. And that completes our NFC East review. If you liked it, share it. Subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Facebook. We're happy that you took the time to watch it, and we'll talk to you soon.